Right now, for the past how many weeks, the Russian and the Russian, oh my God, the Iran and the Israel war has been a tight grip right now for all nations. Oil prices are going up. People are scared. People are even leaving their country. I'm actually just pouring myself a cup of coffee over here. I don't know if you can see it. You can't see it. Cool. Now I got a refill up here. I'm sitting in front of the screen the entire time for the past like 24 hours. Man, not really 24 hours, but still. But it's intense with the stories with this entire war that's going on here. No one is backing off. Iran is just I mean, the supreme leader of Iran is just hiding, and Israel is not backing off. They to me to from my sense, Israel takes Iran as a massive threat, and just wants to get rid of them. And let's just take a look. Apparently, it says Iran and Israel war. The doomsday plane lands in Washington. Is war really coming? And apparently, this doomsday plane is a plane that is used by the United States president, or the United States, the United States president and his commanders, and it's got like intense equipment on there. It's like Air Force One, like but only better, but for military purposes. It's nuclear shielded. It's nuclear and wired shield, which basically means it cannot be taken out by not the nuclear shockwave, but an EMP shockwave from the nuclear blast. Um, Man, this thing can operate. This thing is huge. And I don't think it obviously there's nothing that can withstand a nuclear blast, but it can at least withstand the shockwave and still maintain like advantage and flight. And definitely the equipment on there um, won't be damaged. And yeah, it also shields from the nuclear radiation as well. But let's just hear what these people have to say about it.
As Iran and Israel continue deadly exchanges, a Boeing E-4B, nicknamed Doomsday Plane, touched down at Joint Base Andrews last night. This singular event amid rising threat signals that the U.S. is preparing for unimaginable contingencies. A behemoth airborne command center now stands ready for the commander-in-chief, Donald Trump. And this is no ordinary aircraft. It is the Airborne Nerve Center for Nuclear War, the fortress of last resort, and its sudden appearance signals that something big is going to happen.
The fortress of last resort. Look, I mean, we nobody wants a lot of people to be injured in this kind of thing, but it's just like so cool. This is like Call of Duty, like being we're living in Call of Duty. That's the whole thing, and we all know what Call of Duty is. We play the game, and you got to go, launch this nuke and all of this stuff. It's kind of like I want to see these things happen. I want to see nukes. I want to say like, oh wow, that's a nuke. I want to kind of see those things, but I don't want people to get hurt. It's just like a video game. We want to see the how huge things can get, and the fact that they brought out this plane, which apparently the last time this plane was uh, taken off or on the tarmac or taken into flight was back in 2001 after the World Trade Center bombings, the terrorist attack. And now, after what, more than 20 years, it's back out on the field, guys.
The last time that this plane was
Oh, she's
thrust into
mentioning
the
it.
public eye was on September 11th, 2001, a day of national trauma and global consequence. Inside the Night Watch is a fortress built for Armageddon with space for 112 personnel, which includes the top civilian and military leadership. It has briefing rooms and sleeping quarters as well. Its 67 antennas and satellite links ensure that even as a war rages below, the president and America's top generals can command the world's deadliest arsenal.
But the question is, how much fuel can it hold?
Not just that. Its hull is hardened to withstand nuclear blasts and electromagnetic pulses. It is designed to keep the chain of command unbroken through chaos and catastrophe. So what could happen next? Well, that could be a pure deterrent, a posture move to reassure allies and perhaps even dissuade Iran. If a U.S. asset is struck in the Gulf, the Doomsday plane links up Storm Command and Control, enabling bombers, carriers, cyber shields, and strategic forces to retaliate. Launch orders issued from the Doomsday plane could cascade across multiple theaters. Europe Asia, the Nuclear Command. As of now, no official word has emerged from the White House if Trump is ready to command from the sky if the unthinkable happens, or is this only a calculated show of strength? A warning to adversaries that America's hand hovers over the world's most powerful trigger. For now, the Doomsday plane sits on the tarmac, engines cooling, its purpose shrouded in silence. But its message is unmistakable.
Yeah, okay, like the message is unmistakable, its purpose shrouded in silence. No, the purpose is to make sure everybody's safe and maintain the chain of command. And they're preparing for that. oh my gosh. This next one, will Russia get involved in the Israel war? That is actually a super good question. And I think yes, because I mean, look, the breaking news that happened was the fact that the United States attacked Iran's 3 nuclear sites, which we can see right here. They actually explain it.
News, U.S. President Donald Trump says Washington has launched, quote, an attack on nuclear sites in Iran. Posting on social media, Trump said, "We have completed our very successful attack on the 3 nuclear sites in Iran, including Fordow, Natanz, and Isfahan. All planes are now
There might have been a
outside of
4th
Iran
site.
airspace. A full payload of bombs was dropped on the primary site, Fordow. All planes are safely on the way home. Congratulations to our great American warriors. There is not another military in the world that could have done this. Now is the time for peace. Thank you for your attention to this."
What I wouldn't give to be one of those those B-2 bombers right now, flying the B-2 bomber pilots, just flying that massive, awesome plane that costs about $2 billion, and just fly that thing home. Oh man, it would be so cool to be a pilot right now and to be in that seat. Oh yeah. It's not the fact that you can drop payloads, it's the fact that you're flying that kind of machinery is incredible.
This matter. That was President Donald Trump on Truth Social. He went on to say that Iran must now agree to end the conflict. He's due to address the nation in about an hour's time. We'll bring you that coverage of the speech. But for now, I'm joined by DW Washington correspondent Misha Komodovsky. Misha, thank you for being here. Now, Trump had said on Friday that he will...
Okay. Yeah, so basically, they attacked 3 of the sites and the main one for Doe. Obviously, that is a massive, massive damage to Iran's nuclear project. Whether they say it's not for nuclear weapons and only to maintain clean energy. Well, guess you're gonna have to find another way to make your clean energy now. And also, like the reason why the US did this is because Israel and the US do not believe Iran when they say that they are not going to build nuclear weapons. Obviously, they call Iran state, a state terrorist. Basically, this is the Iran funds all the other terrorists like Hezbollah and obviously Hamas, and obviously that's why they're not taking chances. But this is actually what Putin had to say after the strikes. I don't know if it's actually gonna still maintain there. It says that Putin sides with Iran after Trump's attack. Sorry, my volume. After Trump's attack on the nuclear sites.
Self-sufficient in terms of ensuring our some sovereignty of Ukraine, but with the obligation of servitude, that is, the right of passage on land to Crimea. Why? Because they are constantly threatening to destroy the Crimean Bridge. This is a simple thing. He said, "Can I say this in Kiev?" I said, "Yes, you can." He went there and was told that he was an agent of the Kremlin. Well, this is one of the first faces of a well-known state. Well, nonsense. They simply refused. I said, "Well, okay. We held a referendum at the request of the citizens living in this territory, and that's it. Now, this is an integral part of the Russian Federation. And as I said, the situation will worsen. It has worsened for them. Now we are not talking about Donetsk and Lugansk, but about 2 other regions of the Russian Federation. And
He's talking
Crimea,
about the
of
Russian
course.
Federation, like I thought we were talking about Iran, dude. What the fuck? Like, I'm not gonna listen to you. Not listening to these people either. Oh my God. What the fuck? Like, I'm not gonna listen to you. Not listening to these people either. Oh my God. Like, I'm not gonna listen to you. Not listening to these people either. Oh my God. Like, I'm not gonna listen to you. Not listening to these people either. Oh my God. Like, I'm not gonna listen to you. Not listening to these people either. Oh my God. Like, I'm not gonna listen to you. Not listening to these people either. Oh my God. Like, I'm not gonna listen to you. Not listening to these people either. Oh my God. Like, I'm not gonna listen to you. Not listening to these people either. Oh my God. Like, I'm not gonna listen to you. Not listening to these people either. Oh my God. Like, I'm not gonna listen to you. Not listening to these people either. Oh my God. Like, I'm not gonna listen to you. Not listening to these people either. Oh my God. Like, I'm not gonna listen to you. Not listening to these people either. Oh my God. Like, I'm not gonna listen to you. Not listening to these people either. Oh my God. Like, I'm not gonna listen to you. Not listening to Yeah, apparently Israel and Iran's warships experiencing GPS jams near Iran. Apparently Iran's entire internet was also turned off for a couple of like hours, and then when they got it back up, boom, hit once again, and your internet is down. That's obviously, man. This is cyber war. This is aerial combat. This is nuclear war as well. It's just intense. It's like increasing. There's different parts coming. There's different parts happening here. Apparently, like I mentioned earlier, the Russians most deadliest submarine with the war system known as Poseidon has been, they said, is missing from its harbor. Basically means it's been launched and it's somewhere out there in the open ocean, and who knows where. But everybody is on alert to watch out for this particular submarine and obviously maybe not engage or start World War III, because the Poseidon system is actually a nuclear system that is like super powerful, and it's just incredible what's happening. Like I said, we're living in Call of Duty. I would love to see things like the nuclear war. You know, I got this whole Terminator vibe. You know, like John Connor, you are the one that can save the planet. And then I have this entire, you know, this post-apocalyptic. Look, I like post-apocalyptic movies. I like Terminator. If you look at this latest movie that came out now, which obviously it's about a virus, it's called 28 Years Later. But like post-apocalyptic movies are cool. I like the sci-fi, and we kind of like living in that kind of world right now because we're on the brink of what could be most likely the worst war ever because it has nukes involved now. But we don't know. Well, I don't know. We'll have to see what everybody else does and who responds. Who comes to Iran's aid now? Who comes to Iran's aid? Because it's now two against one, and if it escalates from there, well, I guess we'll have to see. But there is no worry. KMGH, the real KMGH, will bring it to you guys every single day.